The first bit of advice I would have for a small business owner is do a prenuptial agreement before you get married. That will solve a whole lot of your problems, because the value of a small business that is grown or earned during a marriage is considered a marital asset subject to equal division. There are exceptions to that. There's a difference between personal goodwill and enterprise goodwill. The bottom line is the value of your small business that is solely attributed to you and your personal work, i.e., if you leave, that value leaves with you. Okay? That value is not subject to division, but it is always fodder in a divorce case. So if you have a prenuptial agreement and you own a small business, what you'd want to provide in the prenuptial agreement is that any growth in your small business after the marriage, regardless of whether it's attributed to passive growth or your personal efforts, would be considered your separate property, not subject to division. If you don't have a prenuptial agreement and you now have a small business, I guess the main thing I would tell you is understand that just because the business is in your name, you're the one that works in the business every day, doesn't mean that it's not going to be divided in some meaningful way. That's not to say that your spouse is going to be made your business partner. That almost never happens. What will happen is the court will determine what the marital value of that business is and then make you buy her out or him out as though he or she was your 50% business partner. So you would have to, if you didn't have the cash for the buyout, you'd have to finance the buyout over years, either borrowing the money from a bank or borrowing the money essentially from your spouse and paying the spouse over time.